Our wonderful PhD students. It's my pleasure to introduce Keren Ellert, a PhD student in Bar-Ilan University, who apparently is wading into the question about whether or not eye tracking is behavior, is not behavior. But we look forward to learning from you.
So my question is verbal superior to nonverbal in severe autism? And we just started our research, so it's still very preliminary. I'm supervised by Professor Yoram Bonnet, so thank you, Yoram. So we'll just comment about levels of autism, our previous study, what led us to our current study, our is verbal superior to minimal verbal, and our conclusions. So today, autism is defined by 3 levels: level 1, level 2, level 3. When level 1 requires the least support, and level 3 requires the most support. Currently, autism severity is defined and measured based on the severity levels of 2 core symptoms: social communications and repetitive behavior and interests. Once again, level 3 is the lowest function of the 3, but we all know that. The Lancet Commission came out with a new term called profound autism. Thank you. I'm not very good at this. And the whole question is one of my biggest problems with the term of profound autism is that they know the nonverbal part and the intelligence questionnaire below 50. However, today autism is רגע, שנייה, אני כבר מתחילה מחדש. Today, individuals diagnosed by autism level 3 are both verbal and nonverbal. Just a reminder of our previous study that was done in collaboration with Dr. Niva Kaufman, who's sitting here somewhere, I think. We took 33 adolescents, nonverbal or minimal verbals, aged 15 to 30, diagnosed with ASD, with none or under 30 functional words. A similar size group of young adults for comparison, and we excluded from our results 6 individuals that we just didn't have data or that didn't participate in our experiment. Our procedure was done by 2, both by hearing and by reading, both by pointing and by eye gaze. As a teacher in a special needs school, working with autism for the last 10 years, lots of our work with our kids are show me this, show me that, bring me this, bring me that. And lots of the times they don't manage to do what we ask them to do. Is it because they don't know? Is it because they don't understand my question? That is what I personally believe that it isn't. And that led us to our research of our previous research. Basically, we showed a picture, 2 pictures, a word at the top, and read the word, show me the picture, read the word, show me the picture. We did it both by reading and by hearing. Show me a picture of an apple, show me a picture of a house, show me a picture of a horse, and a number of other words. Doing the same procedure with eye gaze. So basically, this is how it looked. Um, okay. And we did the same. We did the same experiment, pointing. Both show me a picture of an apple, show me a picture of a house, show me a picture of a tree, house, apple, dog, cat, and 40 flashcards for each condition, once reading, once hearing, both with flashcards and on the computer. We ran four short trials of 10 runs each time, repeated between 2 to 3 times, and basically this is how it looked. The eye tracking was done by a Tobii eye tracker, which is a head-free. For any of you who have ever tried to put eye tracker on low-functioning autism, it doesn't work, and the eye tracking might actually break. So this basically didn't need anything from our participants to put on them, hold, touch, or anything like that. Our results. Basically, the eye gaze of the nonverbal individual, ASD individuals. There you go. Okay, so when the eyes went right on the right, when the eyes went right, when the picture was on the right side, it's the red graph. When it went left, when the picture was on the left side, is the blue graph. And as you can see, there is a difference between minimal verbal ASD individuals to TD controls. However, the group effect of minimal verbal autistic was to the right side in the right arm. Just as a this is a participant who did the experiment well, and the left side is, or your right side is when the participant did the experiment not very well for us. As you can see, in the minimal verbal ASD individuals, the eye gaze was higher than the pointing in most individuals. So all this is minimal verbal and our previous experience. So as I mentioned before, I've been a teacher in Israel for the last 10 years, working at a school for low-functioning ASD individuals. And most of the individuals who come to a school in Israel are usually level 2 or level 3. The ones that are diagnosed in level 1 usually will go to a regular school, to a small class, or into a regular class with an aide, or by themselves, or any other options. But I've been working with level 2 and level 3, mostly level 3. And in 1997, Ota Fried tried to explain autism through different behaviors. Very bizarre behaviors, laugh and giggles, inappropriately handles or spins objects, and all and other behaviors that I guess that whoever sits here recognizes and knows. And one of my questions that I've been asking in the last few years is, the kids that are level 3 but are able to talk, are they very different from the people who aren't able to talk? Because I, as a teacher, will probably relate more to the kids who can talk, or any other teacher, because they react back to me. But the different behaviors, the behaviors of autism, exist both in with both verbal individuals and non-verbal individuals. And my question that I came back to Yoram and asked was, are they so different? And so we took exactly the same experiment as we did on the nonverbal and started doing it on individuals diagnosed with autism level 3, but that can talk, that are verbal. And so our group, our minimal verbal ASD group contained 33 individuals. Our verbal ASD group up to now contains 9 individuals, and our TD group contains 33 individuals. We're still working on the verbal individuals. So. And we did exactly the same procedure, pointing, eye gaze, reading, hearing, and these were our findings. So we found that the verbal individuals, the pointing is much higher, both in reading and in hearing, unlike the minimal verbal individuals. And we found that the eye gaze is much worse than the pointing, unlike the minimal verbal. And so the eye gaze performance was similar between the ASD groups and lower than the TD group. The pointing was better in the verbal compared to the minimal verbal, both for hearing and for reading. However, there was a correlation between the reading and the hearing. So it wasn't that their performance is unlikely to be not understanding the words or not knowing what they needed to do. There was a correlation between the hearing and the reading. And another thing that we checked was the pupil dilation. We all learned as kids in Shiur Teva that when there's light, our eye pupil goes smaller, and when it's light, it grows bigger. So it happens in lots of other situations in life. And we found that the verbal ASD group, the eye dilation was bigger, which reflects on phasic arousal. What we did find, and that was kind of expected, that the experiment duration and of the verbal ASD group was much higher and much quicker than the minimal verbal. There is a problem with the results because we did delete the ones that the results that there was no data. So basically, but from my experience, I sat with every minimal verbal individual for about 2 hours. However, the verbal individuals was between 20 minutes to 30 minutes. It was a much shorter time. Their shituf פעולה was much higher. So our conclusions. When our minimal verbal individuals, when reading a word and matching it to a picture, eye gaze was much better than pointing, demonstrating a hidden reading skills. And in the verbal, they showed that the same eye gaze performance, but better pointing than minimal verbal. The increasing pupil dilation suggests better of phasic arousals possible required in speech, and we are still in progress. Thank you for listening. And it was all approved by whoever needs to approve it.
We have time for a few questions.
dilation. Adaptation and pupil dilation is a process of very process of the autonomic nervous system involvement. So it's interesting to know whether other autonomic involvement are related to your finding, where like how data variability is measured or other typical processes by the activity.
Was the question about the association between pupil dilation and other physiological measures?
Yes.
Autonomic risk.
Might provide interesting insight into the pupil dilation activity.
You did not collect. It's harder to collect calls than
So I have a simple question. So can you go back to the slide with pointing versus eye tracking? So look, yeah, this one. So it looks like the verbal autistic kid are having an easier time pointing than with active.
Yep. And it's not what I expected, and that is what they are.
So do you have any thoughts about why this is happening? Now,
We actually were I was very surprised with my hypothesis was that it would be somewhere in the middle between nonverbal to TD, and it didn't happen, but it seems that someone has an answer.
Ask people about this. Yeah, so I can comment about this. Have you checked motor functioning generally in this student? Because some of these things that do not talk is because of verbal functioning, because speech centering the brain.
That we know.
So it could be. And another suggestion is that there is a communication system enable people with cerebral palsy to write via eye gaze.
That's true.
So could it
So it's not approved in Israel for minimal verbal autism. They don't get the system. It's not something. The system that is currently provided to them is an iPad with a touch chat, which means they need to point on what they want to say.
because they're autistic.
And then that's true.
This is because needs accommodated according to label, not according to functioning.
That's our country. Yay, Israel.
Karen, thank you.